Good morning everybody and welcome back to the kitchen of Good Food Made Better. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my country style spare ribs. They are baked and they take about 2.5 hours on top of about 6 hours of marinating. They are just absolutely delicious when they get done marinating and baking. They basically fall apart and they are one of my family's favorite dinners. So if you're ready, let's get started. These country spare ribs. They're pretty big. At Winn-Dixie, my local grocery store, they have these on buy one, get one free, so it works out great. I have some fresh thyme that I just pulled from the garden. You want to make sure if every time you use a fresh herb that you rinse it off first because there will be dirt or bugs on them. 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to show you guys a little trick on how to open your garlic easier than having to just peel it with your fingers. Right here, I have about a teaspoon of garlic salt, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, about a teaspoon of our fresh cracked black pepper medley mix. This is going to be the star of our marinade. This is called Allegro. I love this stuff. It gives you that hickory smoke flavor without being too overpowerful of the meat flavor itself. They also have a spicy flavored one. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a bowl. We're gonna add in our black pepper, our onion powder, our garlic powder, our garlic salt, and then we're gonna use about a half of a cup of our Allegro. You don't want it to be too overpowering. Like I said, you just want the hint. We're gonna set that aside. My trick with the garlic. I learned this a while ago from watching the Food Network channel. Knife. You put it on top, smash it. Just literally peel off the outer casing. Then you take this smashed garlic and you put it in here. The other one, simply put it on top, smash. Smashing the garlic, if you're not going to be mincing it, you're just going to put it in there whole. Whenever you smash it, it releases all those beautiful garlic juices inside. So our thyme, you just simply hold onto the stick, pull it down. Get all these into the bowl. We're gonna mix it up, and then I'll be on to the next step. All right, so we have our garlic salt, our garlic powder, our onion powder, our Allegro, our garlic, and our fresh thyme into the bowl. The camera's not wanting to focus. Okay, so I've already mixed all that up. You don't have to take the thyme off of the strands. You can leave them directly onto the stick. That works just fine. I've just found that taking the leaves off of the stick has been able to incorporate more of the thyme flavor throughout the whole meat instead of just the meat that it touches during the marinating process. So once we have this stirred, you're just gonna go ahead and lightly stir it. Just stir it. Stir it enough. I mean, it's gonna be chunky because you have the leaves and stuff in there. If you do want it to be a little bit sweet, all you have to do is add about a tablespoon of brown sugar to this, and that'll give you that extra sweetness, plus it'll give you a little bit of a glaze on top of the meat. I will be using a Tupperware to put my pork chops in. I like the Tupperwares because they are airtight containers, and throughout the marinating process, I flip it. So that way all the meat on top can still get absorbed by all these wonderful juices that we just made in our marinade, and then just keep flipping it and rotating it like every hour or so. I do recommend that you let them marinate for at least 6 hours. That way you get a lot of flavor absorbed into the meat. 2 days at max would be the best that I would recommend time-wise for marinating these. They taste really good after a couple days because they had plenty of time to absorb all the salt to help tenderize it. They've absorbed the hickory flavor, the garlic, and all that. But at least 8 hours to marinate these. When they're done marinating, 275 degree oven for about 2.5 hours. Now after they're done cooking, you're gonna wanna let them rest for about 10 minutes on the pan, just so that way they can absorb the flavors and the juices that they had expelled during the cooking process. Get my pork chops into this bowl, be on to the next step.